this is the first video that you see of my face, please excuse my weird accent and my wrong grammar because I'm from Germany, my mother language is German, and I'm doing this for all the people, my followers and subscribers, who'd ask me to do a video in English because they can't understand me. And I feel super weird, and it's also a little bit for me overcoming my own fears because I wanted to do a video in English since 2014, I think. August, September, something like that. And I never did it because I was too afraid what comments I'll get or what reaction in general. But yeah, please excuse that. For all the other people that asked me to do this, hi! You've probably never heard me talk like that. Yeah, I'm gonna do a Q&A today because it's been, I think, 2 years since I did my last one. I think it was October 2014 or something. No, maybe December. I don't really know, but it's been a long time. And because I've done my last videos in German, I'm probably gonna repeat some of the questions I answered in them because now people can understand me. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on my Instagram. You've sent me so many questions. I'm sorry if I can't answer them all, but I'll try my best to go into every specific topic that you're interested in. So let's start. You know why I never did an English video? Because I think it's really hard to be funny in another language that isn't your mother language. But whatever. What are your plans for the future? I always say I don't really want to have plans because then you'll always be disappointed if something doesn't work out. So I don't really have a plan. I'm just gonna let everything come to my life how it wants and try to be happy with it. What's something you want to accomplish in the next few months? Definitely a question I could answer better. I really want to get more into YouTube, have a routine of one video per week. That's like one goal I have right now. Try and get more creative again because I feel like this whole business is going in one direction and I don't want to go in this direction. I want to still be super creative and do something that not everyone's doing, you know? Your favorite brand? Super easy to answer at the moment. Brandy Melville, Free People, and ASOS because they have everything I want on their site. What apps are you using to edit your Instagram pictures? I also said that before. I'm using ViscoCam, but not the standard filters you have. I have the whole package. I have every single filter there is to buy on Visco. And I'm also using Afterlight for the more like vintagey scratches and stuff. Did you ever had this kind of beautiful, but for some people special style? No. Not really. Not at all. I mean, when I was younger, I started to being super interested in fashion when I was probably 13, 14, and before that I was dressed like everyone else, like super just H&M everything. H&M everything was the deal back then. How old are you? I am 21 years old and I'm gonna turn 22 in March next year. Can you please tell me where your glasses are from? I have 3 pairs of glasses that you can see on my Instagram, I think. I have the clear ones. They're from I Buy Direct. I'm gonna put a link in the info box. The second one is this on the outside dark brown and the inner like a lighter brown. I'm gonna put a link to that in the info box too because I can't remember the brand right now. And the third one is this so it stopped recording again. What would you tell your 15-year-old self to not worry about anymore? Everything. It will all change. It will all be good. You'll be happy. You'll be accepted. It's all gonna be okay. Is your boyfriend from the US? Yeah. That's why we also speak English sometimes with each other because his dad is American and his mom is German. Where do you find inspiration for your beautiful style? Thank you for the compliment. On the streets, on Instagram, on Tumblr, everywhere. Everywhere. What is the craziest thing you've ever done and would you do it again? I'm not such a super crazy person, but I'd say I'd say the second Asia travels, like the second 3 month, were a crazy situation for me because I didn't really know the people that I was traveling with, and I was going on a boat with them. And second, the boat was just in such bad shape, and I didn't know that until I was on the boat. And we had some crazy moments where we're just like, okay, we're all gonna die. Yes, I would do it again. If I ever get the chance to do something like that, similar again, I would do it. Oh, she also asked, is what you're doing now what you always wanted to do growing up? No, I never knew what I wanted to do. When I knew that when I was really young, I wanted to be a stewardess, and I think that's still cool. I think if I ever have nothing really to do and I have to look for like a proper job, I think I would be a stewardess. I think it's a cool job. It's really exhausting, I guess, but I think I would like it because I love flying. Are you thinking about selling your clothes on any kind of flea market in the near future? No, but I maybe we'll have a pop-up store here in Berlin sometime in September or October, but that's not safe yet, so don't be upset if I don't do it. Skincare routine? I don't have one. What's your favorite album of all times? Oof, that's super hard to choose. I think Radiohead, Kid A is one of my all-time favorites, and also Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and one from Neil Young, but I can't name it right now, and the first one from Daughter. What kind of person were you in high school? I think it's weird to categorize yourself into something. Generally, categorizing is not cool, I think. I was definitely annoying. I wasn't part of the super cool kids. I had to deal a lot with people that did not understand what I was doing with the blogging, YouTube, and Instagram stuff. What are your goals in life? Same with the future and plans. I don't really set myself goals because you'll always be disappointed, in my opinion, if you can't achieve it. I have like little steps that I would like to take, and of course dreams that I wish would come true. For example, I would love to have a job one day where I can work in Berlin from April to September and then work somewhere at the beach from October to March. But I think that's something a lot of people dream about and only a few can accomplish, but maybe it will happen. That's definitely one of my dreams. What's your favorite place? Home. If you could change one optical thing about you, what would it be? I recently, a little time ago, I watched a video where they asked this question, kids and then grown-ups. And it was cute because all the kids were like, I would love to have wings or something like that. And all the older people were like, oh, I wish I would be more skinny. And I think I almost, I cried. I have to admit that I started crying because I think it's so fucked up how our brain changes while we get older. And when I just read this question, I was like, I want to have wings. I think I should do a Q&A every single week because this is way too many questions to answer. Your advice to young girls who feel insecure about themselves. As I just said, please stop comparing yourself to others, and especially to famous Instagram people. Some people would call me that, but I'm saying people like Kylie Jenner or the Hadids or whoever is out there, because I have to say I think most of their pictures are face-tuned, photoshopped, whatever, and I'm comparing myself to them, and it's not good. Just stop comparing yourself and just feel yourself. And I'm not a psychologist, but that's, I think, what could make a lot of people happy. And also put your phone out of your hands, because we're consuming so much shit that we're putting as pressure on ourselves And I think young girls especially should not do that so much, because I don't have to say what it does. How do you stay fit? What do you do or eat to be so skinny? I am genetically as I am. That's it. No more discussion about being skinny, being fat, or anything. I hate this. Do you want any piercings? Yes, I actually want to get my whole left ear pierced with rings. And I'm still thinking about getting a septum or nose ring, but I can't really decide if or what or when. So let's see what will happen. Okay, so people were asking about my big travel backpack, and it's wait, let me check right now. It's the old version of a Gregory Deva 60. I'm gonna put a link to that also if I can find the old one, because they released a new one. I checked recently. Do you think that life does make sense or not? Okay, this one is very deep, but whatever. Actually, most of the time I think, why am I here? Why do we live? Most of the time I have to say, I think life doesn't make sense. Because that's mainly because we're destroying our own home. I am, you probably are, everyone somehow is destroying this planet. And like, why do we live? If you could travel in time, which time would you love to live in or travel to? I think the 1920s, because of Great Gatsby. Honest opinion. And then I'd love to live or see the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the real 90s. I'm born in 1995, so I'm more like a 2000er kid, but the 1920s, and then from the 60s to the 90s, or even the late 50s, everything. I would love to see everything. And then choose where I want to live. That'd be so cool. Could you imagine a life in another city than Berlin? In Germany, I think not, but somewhere in the world, yes. If you could have one superpower, which one would it be? I think beaming. Like just snap and go somewhere else. Have you ever thought about dyeing your hair colorful? Nope. Well, yeah, one time I wanted to have turquoise ends because there was this picture on Tumblr, but I never did it, and I probably will never do. Would you dye your hair blonde? I would love to be a blonde. I don't really think it would suit me, and I also know that my hair structure is not capable of being completely bleached because, sorry for licking the screen, but I've done ombre to it before, and it's just not liking. It doesn't like it at all. Where you want to travel to in the future? Still India on top, but I also want to see more of Africa because that little trip we took to Tanzania was absolutely beautiful, and South America. I don't wanna be the right way. Guten Morgen, Freunde der Sonne. Herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Video von mir, wie man auch immer so anfängt.